Welcome to MeMe's Kitchen. Well, y'all, today is going to be a little different. We're not going to actually make like a particular casserole or a recipe or whatever, but it's going to be a little bit more instructional. I've just had so many questions about people asking me how I prepare my vegetables and how I prepare this and that. So I thought, well, this will give me a jump start on my Sunday lunch. And so the first thing I'm going to show you is how to cook rice in the oven. Y'all, this is a lifesaver. And I'm going to tell you, I didn't learn this until about, I don't know, 6-8 months ago. And guess where I learned it? From my baby sister. That was the story within itself. My other sister went to check on her, or check with her about something, and she walked in, and she was taking the rice out of the oven. And she said, "Judy, do you cook your rice in the oven?" And she said, "Yeah, I always have." She said, "Well, no wonder." She said, "Mine always looks so gummy." So we all learned a lesson, y'all. So the first thing we're going to do is to cook our rice in the oven. And I cook 3 cups at a time. So it doesn't matter what particular brand you use. This is Mahatma. And it's a long grain rice. This one says extra long grain. So what we're going to do, we're going to measure 2 cups of rice. And then 1 more cup, because I'm going to do 3. I have a lot of rice eaters in my family. And even if we have some left over, I'll show you what we'll do with that. So we're going to do, all right, that is the 3 cups of rice. So rice, you do twice as much water as you do rice. So we're going to do 6 cups of water. So that's 2, 4, 6. All right. 1 stick of melted butter. My butter is melted. Y'all know how I love a stick of butter. Put that in there. I'm just going to put a little bit of salt in it. Stir this up just so that everything gets acquainted with one another. Put the top on it. Now, I have already set the oven on 350 degrees. 350 degrees. So we'll go set the rice in there. Set our timer on 1 hour. That is all you do to get the rice in the oven. It has been 1 hour, y'all. And now what I like to do is once I take this out, I just like to pull it away from the side. Just fluff it up a little bit. And then just put this, you can either serve it right in this bowl or put it in a bowl and serve it. We love it with gravy, with beans, almost anything. Just plain old rice. We love it. I'm going to show you how I cook my squash and onions. Y'all, this is our favorite, probably favorite vegetable. Everybody loves it. Now, the instructions are in Sunday Lunch at MeMe's. And it's really just instructions, so you can adapt it to whatever. This is the size squash that I love to get. And I will show you. If it has little places on it, y'all, all you have to do is scrape it like this. Don't cut all that off. Just scrape it. We're going to cut these up, and we'll cut a couple up and show you how I do them. To make them easy to cut, the first thing I do is cut them in half like that. And then just cut them like that. All right, we're going to keep going. Y'all, what I do is I cut both ends off, just like that. Cut that squash in half. Oh, it just cooks so much faster if you cut it like that.
And you washed them?
Oh, and I washed them. Yes, KK, I washed them good. Okay, well, finishing up now. Y'all, that was 8 to 10 squash. Now, see about how much that is? And that's about a 3-quart pan there, 2.5 quarts. And next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my onion up. Now, I don't dice the onion. I like to have it kind of in slices because it just tastes better. Okay, y'all, this is one onion, and what I did, I cut the ends off of it, and then I cut it in half, and I peeled out this outer layer on this one. And this is how I like to cut my onion for the squash. I had finished cutting up the onions. Now, y'all, in the book, it says 3 large onions. Well, these onions were extra large, so I just used 2 onions. So you can see now. All right, that's my squash under there, and there's the onion on top. I like Vidalia onion or sweet onion for these, so you just use whatever you like. A half a stick of butter. Now, one of the big mistakes that most people make, they put too much water in their vegetables. Squash is already a watery vegetable, so we just need enough to keep it from sticking once it starts cooking. So that was a cup of water. I'm going to put some salt in there. Now it's ready to put on the stove. I put my eye on high. Now what I'll do is I'll just watch this. When it starts to cooking, which will be 3 to 5 minutes, we'll just see how long it takes for it to heat up. Then we'll start stirring it, and I'll show you what we do next. We're checking in now. It's been a few minutes, and these have started to cook. So what we're going to do is just stir them around just a little bit so that they all get acquainted with one another. I want to show you something. Now, I told you about how much people put too much water in there. Now, I want you to look how much liquid is in there already. So, y'all know what I'm going to do? I'm going to leave the top off of it. And I'm just going to continue to cook it and let some of that water cook off of it. All right, this has come to a boil, and I let it boil for about 10 minutes. Now, I have cut the heat down, and I'm going to continue to cook it. And what you do is you just let it come to the desired tenderness. Now, I'm going to tell you, it does take the onions longer to cook than it does the squash. So just check it. I've checked my squash. They're nice and tender, exactly like we like them. See that onion? So you see that KK? It just cuts right in half. So I'm going to cut that eye off. I'm going to sit these off, let them cool. Now I'm not taking them up because these are for my Sunday lunch. A lot of you have asked how I cook my lima beans. Y'all, this is going to be the easiest one yet. I buy the deluxe tiny lima beans. It's made by Pick Sweet. Now, we love these. And so I am actually today going to cook 2 bags of these.
Big crowd tomorrow.
Yep, we have a big crowd tomorrow. Everybody's coming. We got 2 birthdays. All right. Now, we're just going to add. Y'all, that's what I use my pliers for. Okay. This is Swanson's chicken broth. Best thing to cook.
Turn it around.
Oh.
There.
Okay. All right. We're just going to pour this whole thing in. You want to be able to see your broth in there, y'all. So, let's see. That's one didn't pass quality control. Quality control. All right. A little bit of salt. Put the top on it. Put it right there. And put it on high. That's it. These have come to boil. Now, KK, let them see that. Y'all, that's a nice rolling boil. I'm just going to leave them on there. I'm going to cook them for about 10 minutes on high. And then I will check one of them to be sure that they are done. And if they are, we just cut the eye off, put the top on, and leave them. I tested one, and these are perfect. They just a tad bit firm. So that is the way we like them because they're going to continue to cook. So I'm going to cut this eye off. Now I wanted to tell you the reason I use chicken broth. You can cook these with ham or with bacon grease or whatever seasoning you like. But if you don't have those around, which a lot of times I don't, the chicken broth is a wonderful substitute. I think you will just love it. It adds an extra flavor to the beans, and it's a taste that we've become accustomed to, so it's our favorite. Okay, you have gotten a glimpse into what I do sometimes on Saturday to get ready for Sunday. We have our beans ready, we have our squash and onions ready, we have our rice ready. Now refrigerate this, tomorrow we'll put it in bowls, reheat it, and then we'll be ready for Sunday lunch. So then I will show you my buffet tomorrow and we'll see it all completed.
Great, God is good. Let us thank Him for our food. By His hands we shall be fed. Give us, Lord, our daily bread. Amen.
Y'all, when we've got a house full like we had today, which we always do, it gets kind of crazy around here. But you know what? I love the crazy. It's nothing I like any better than the laughter and all the talking that goes with all the families sitting around and getting ready for us to eat lunch. KK showed you our buffet of what we were serving today, and it included the beans that we cooked yesterday, the squash and onion, and the rice. Now I want to show you on the rice. If you have any left over, you can freeze it, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. This is what I had left over today. Now, I want you to look at all the dishes. These are what was in our serving dishes. And y'all, when I went to put something in the refrigerator, guess what? There's a congealed salad in there that never made it out to the buffet. So guess what we're going to be eating tomorrow for lunch? Blueberry congealed salad. That's another day and another story. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the week. Thank you so much for watching. We had so much fun today. We were celebrating the May birthdays, which was 2 of them. And so we just had a good time being together as a family. Y'all have a wonderful rest of the week. Everybody, shine for Jesus.